Hey guys.
Hi guys.
Welcome back to our channel. As you can probably see, we're not in the bedroom. We're actually in the kitchen because it has better light. Plus, we got the dining room table for what we're going to be doing next. So, as you can see by today's title, actually, before we get into that, why not introduce ourselves for the people who don't know us?
Yeah.
So, hi, we're Mum First Daughter Duo. I'm Sue.
And I'm Mel.
And if you don't know who we are, that's who we are.
Yeah.
And yeah, for those that are returning back, hi, welcome
Hi.
back. We
Yeah.
hope you've been well
Any
and
new
doing well.
viewers out there? Please like and subscribe.
And also this sad dog Gizmo,
Yeah.
for those of you that don't know.
He
But
had
you,
to be in on it, didn't
yeah, you might have seen him in a few other
he? You might have heard him as
videos
well.
and heard him, exactly. But yeah, for today's video, as you can see by the title, we are doing creative colouring, plus we're going to be doing an update while we do the colouring, so it won't get too boring for you guys, and also talk about interesting topics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so the colouring books we're going to do, we've got the Cozy Corner and the Cozy Cuties. So what happens is,
That's a twist.
yeah, we take a page out of each for the books. We don't know if we've got time to do both pictures, but I took them out just in case. And we cut them in half. So one person does one half, the other person does the other half. I've seen this on TikTok. Can't remember who it was, but saw it on TikTok and I
So
thought,
it's a trend that's been set.
yeah, and I thought it was a good idea, so why not do it? So yeah, you cut them in half, then you sellotape them back. We're going to show you guys first, and then we'll get to see what they look like.
Yeah.
So what one should we start with?
I don't know. Because we have been known to be quite similar in certain things. We think the same and everything else. So this would be intriguing to see if we actually do it via pictures.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Let's start with this one.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's the Cozy Corner.
Mm-hmm.
It's the one we're starting with. This is the page that we've picked and agreed on. So let's cut it. Okay. So I've just cut the pieces in half.
And
So
I thought she was just going to cut it in half.
No.
Or in half, or maybe diagonal. But
no, it makes it more fun. So the page is now cut in half, and we're going to colour.
this is going to be really
What side do
challenging.
you want to colour?
I don't mind.
What one?
Turn them over.
Okay, turn them over. Okay.
Oh, I've got the top right.
Yeah, I've got the bottom right. So
Bottom
let's-
right.
Bottom left.
I'm glad that was you, because I do have a thing about sometimes mixing up what my left and right is
Oh
doing.
my god, that's embarrassment right there, bruv.
But that's
Big embarrassment right there.
it's funny.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So I got my little colour sheet for the colours.
Yeah.
So yeah, the pens I'm using are the ones I bought from Amazon. They're like these thick,
Markers.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
markers.
Mine are just like the paintbrush.
Typical paintbrush one.
But also, if it's really intricate, you got that end.
Oh yes, and then it's more finer detail.
Yeah. You've got double-ended ones.
Yeah, so mine's like thin tip like that, but then it's like a chisel brush, which I don't really use a chisel brush.
Only if you've got a big space coverage. If you're just doing background or something.
Oh yeah, exactly.
That's the only time that you really need
I really
those.
need to, exactly.
Yeah.
But let's get to colouring.
This is going to be interesting.
This is going to be very interesting.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments if you guys have done this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Because I think it's pretty cool
It is, yeah.
as well.
Yeah. And in the meantime as well, be talking about what we've been doing and stuff.
And health updates and... Yeah, so should we get on with the health update maybe?
Yeah.
Should we talk about that first?
Yeah.
Okay.
My health update is already at the...
But for those of you that haven't seen that video, do you want to tell them?
Yeah. When I was in my 20s, well, basically I had accidents when in my childhood, which a lot of kids do. Well, it took I was constantly injuring my back. And as time progresses, it's as good as. I mean, it did start with deformities in my feet when I was young, so I had to have surgery on both the feet, but one was done when I was 15 and the other one was done when I was 16. Only one I got was that I could suffer with bad arthritis in them, which, yes, it did turn up when I was in my 30s. It was worse when I was pregnant with you. It seemed to come out more. I couldn't walk very well. Go over that, but then as time goes on, Susan had a good childhood as much as I could give her, but unfortunately I started to lose my physical movements because I injured my back so many times. In the lower back you've got 5 discs. I've actually taken 1, 2, 4 and 5 out, so the only one that's intact is number 3. And then only to find out another 20 years later I've taken some more, because I didn't know we had some in our top spine and neck. They found out that I've tracked 3 of those as well, which explains last year I could do anything.
No, exactly.
I couldn't reach up. Basically I was static.
And I had to do a lot more
Yeah.
than what I would normally do.
Yeah, but it's lucky enough it's eased up. But now there's a possibility I have got another problem, because where I'm living is like for security for older people
Plus disabled
and
people.
disabilities. It looks like I've got another thing, which, if it is correct, I've had it all my life and not realised it's there. And there's a possibility Susan might have it as well. I mean, alongside the eating problems, and it's not self-eating problems, it's
Like
gluten
gluten,
intolerance,
lactose.
So alongside with that, I think it's a mixed bag of everything, isn't it?
It literally is.
So now mine's just as it is. It's just going to be the rest of the treatments now. It's just basically in pain management, because there's nothing else because I've got multiple problems. They can't do anything. But sadly, it looks like Susan's in a similar situation, and she'll explain.
Yeah, so for those of you that have been catching up with my health update, is I have deformities in my hips, which I went to the London hospital on the 12th of July, and we was talking about it, and yeah, there was a few things in there which I'll have to do a sit down more video with you guys on that one, because I want to go into more depth in this one, because I don't want to make this too depressing, because it's meant to be a fun activity one. But found out the surgery that I was meant to be having, turns out I've got pincer and cam with it. So the cam is when your hip joint, so the ball of your hip should be all symmetrical round. Mine is only 40% symmetrical, because the other bit he put like this circle thing on top of the ball joint, and you can see my circle ball joint is actually over the circle compared to what it should be. So surgery found out on that one before I was getting to the surgery on what's got to be happened. He can't at the moment. I got to wait for an MRI because there's might be problems with my sciatic nerve,
Which I know what that's like, because mine's apparently always trapped.
Yeah, so he was doing like the normal like test that they do to make sure like where you're actually getting the pain, this and that. And yeah, it turns out that when he was pushing my pressure points where I was really hurting, he actually said it's not really pain as much coming from the hip, it's also the sciatic nerve, which is a bit of a problem. So then it just proves that I'm getting pain from my hips plus my hip.
And your back.
Oh yeah, my back.
But the surgery, he's explained the surgery to Susan, and it's going to, if this is the case, if it definitely turns out that she's got problems in her back area, that it could be a bad operation and it could make her spinal situation worse, which is like what I've got. So in the long run, I want her to be able to have surgery, but in the same token I don't want her to end up like me.
Exactly.
And that would be even worse because mine was gradual, but hers is going to be pretty quick after she's had the surgery. I'm thinking a couple of years.
Yeah, it will be.
Yeah.
So the surgery is he has to pull my hip away by 2 centimeters from its joint, like this, and they've got to like try not to be too graphic, but they've got to like blunt it all down, trim it back to its normal size, and then put it back in. But the problem with that is the sciatic nerve runs down the back of your hip. So if he pulls that out, my sciatic nerve that's already been probably pinched or playing up as it is at the moment would actually be 10 times more worse than what it already is. So I'm just waiting for an MRI, which I've got to book that. As soon as I book that, we'll be able to find
not a
out.
local hospital either. She's going to have to go to London again.
Yep, London for the MRI. I can't just go to my local hospital. Like he said I could, but it takes ages to get the results back to the hospital.
Their equipment up there is a little bit more sophisticated and clear.
And then what it is down here, which I totally get that. It's understandable, you know. And yeah, so that's my health update. But I will go into more details because I have got the letter, so I can tell you exactly what the doctor says in it.
Yeah.
But mentally, we're doing fine, I'd say, apart from
I
the
mean,
health
ever since the
issues.
really bad stuff that happened in 19 with COVID, and then my relationship broke up with my partner, we had a lot of mental health problems because we were facing homelessness. So we've got around that, and we've been here now a couple of years.
Yeah, a couple of years.
And it has taken a while to settle down, which we have finally, but it just seems really funny that we've settled down mentally health wise and
Health
the way we're
issues.
living. Health issues are starting to come out a little bit more, so we're just trying to see how we go with those.
Yeah, and I think it's all to do with life, to be honest.
Yeah, it accepts challenges, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we can announce it. We probably can, but we don't know when it'll be out. But we are planning to write a book with all of like updates about what we've been through life, because the amount of people that knows us, we've been through some bad stuff.
Yeah.
And they all said like we'd be good people to give experience and help people who are going through it themselves. So we will be writing a book, but it's going to be a long process, of course. Like if you guys know what it's like writing a book, then you'll understand.
But also you need to get a laptop or something, because
Exactly.
you can't really do it by hand.
It's really difficult. And me, because I've got dyslexia, spelling is a little bit of a problem for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's that update.
Yeah. So
Next topic, shall we talk about
YouTube?
YouTube?
Yeah.
Go for it. Do
Right.
you want to say more on it?
Yeah. I think it was probably a year previous, wasn't it? 2019, when you mentioned. No,
Yeah, 2019.
She wanted to do the year previous.
Yeah, because we started in 2020.
Oh yeah, because COVID had been in 19, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we was thinking of doing something, and you thought somebody was going to go into it with you, but then it turns out that the person didn't want to do it.
He backed out.
Yeah, so Susan said to me, I've got no one to do YouTube with now. And she was really upset.
And back then, this was like 2019, like Mum was not happy.
No, because I never was a very outgoing person, but as time went on, watching Susan with her struggles and that, I think you made me turn the corner. So then I said, I don't know, I couldn't stop it just come out. Well, then I went, okay, I'll do YouTube with you.
And I'm like,
And then she looked at me and she said, are you literally serious? Or are you just saying that because you feel bad? And I went, no, I'm serious. I said, but I'm going to find it very hard. But yeah, I did. Yes, I did find it hard. It was trying to think of what things to do and what challenges and stuff. But with everything that went wrong from 19 onwards with COVID and then my breakup and stuff like that, we was doing it because we was all on quarantine. That's why we picked up to do YouTube. One of the first videos, it didn't go viral, but it had a reasonably good amount. It's about 90, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So it looked like it was going to be okay, but as the time went on, obviously our videos weren't good content enough.
So we came away from
it, and we had to anyway because of the housing and our health problems.
And a lot of like other personal reasons.
Exactly. So we started back in it early this year. January.
We did one odd video at the end of last year because it was the Halloween.
Yeah.
Only in Halloween food, I think it was.
So then we came back in January. We was meant to come back for the new year to do New Year resolutions and stuff, but things went alright.
Yeah, I ended up, because we started the last 2 weeks of January, I ended up so ill.
You had a cold before Christmas, and she didn't get over it fully, so
Exactly.
it went into the new year. So of course we couldn't get out on the 1st of January, or just before. So then we managed to do it the end of the month. You were still a bit low.
Yeah, I was still a bit ill, but...
Yeah. It was content still we were struggling with what we're going to do, and of course costs, because it's very hard to find things to do for nothing. And to get really good videos, you have to spend a bit more.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So we moved on, but our subscribers prior was only on about 50, weren't we?
Yeah, it was.
45 to 50. I'm shocked that now we're in the 8th month and we've got over 160.
Yeah, we're on over 160, and
which is shocking because we only had that 40 to 50 for a couple of years.
Yeah, and we just want to say, like, we wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for you guys subscribing to our channel. So we really appreciate every single one of you who watches our videos right up all the way to the end, even though how boring of a content they can be. But a lot of people who've watched our videos have actually said like they love it because they've never seen like a mum and daughter like, what is it, like personalities match so
basically similar. When I was younger, because a lot of people said to me, "Do I have any dreams?" I said, "Not really." But the main one was I wanted to have a child and have a little girl. It was a struggle because the first one I lost anyway because she was severely disabled, and we lost her 30 years ago, easily. This is where I've been noticing on YouTube some videos of people going through loss of babies, and it's not a nice place to be in. And because I had a lot of it, because when I did lose Susan's older sister that would have been, I ended up also losing her, had to have the termination done because I couldn't go through labour and stuff like that, so they took it basically like a cesarean but under operation, took her. But also one of my smear test things came up positive for possible cancer, so me not really taking it seriously, I thought it can't be that bad. So when I got the letter through of what they got to do, I thought it was just going to be a little piece taken and that's it, you go away. I have a tendency when I have things done lately, I end up with the things that might happen. Well, it seems to be that my body wants to do, no, we're going to do it every time you have something to do. So every time I have a surgical procedure now, when the surgeons have to tell you that there are things that could go wrong, yeah. So as a laugh, this gynae doctor, which lucky enough I knew him because he was on the maternity clinic when I was pregnant earlier, he said to me, he said, I've got some bad news for you. And I listened to him and said, okay, it can't be no worse than what's happened now anyway. And he went, yeah, I can see your record. But he said, no, I know for a fact you are looking to have a child. He said, but I'm going to have to tell you to put it on a break. I've finished mine so I can sort of talk to you, because Gizmo's calmed down now.
And it doesn't take Mum long to
It doesn't take long for me to colour, but it's because
5
you
minutes and
work
she's
more-
done.
It's because she's more creative than me. That's why. But as I was going back to, I had to have this lump taken out of my wombs, and part of my womb actually. And of course I thought of it just as a minor thing. Well, he said it isn't a minor thing, it's quite a major thing. He said, do you not realise how much I've got to take? And I went, no. He said, a third of your womb.
Oh, and just so you know, this was way before me.
Yeah, this was way before Susan. And like a third of your womb, you don't think of it being much because you know it's a small area.
Exactly.
But he said no, he said it's quite a big area to have removed.
You'd be surprised.
You'd be surprised. And he said, did you know the womb can actually regrow? Like, one of our organs can do that anyway.
I think it's the liver.
Yeah, because not many others do. So I said, oh, really? And I said, how long would it take to come back? So he said, well, a year and a half, maybe 2. And I went, oh. He said, yes, I'm so sorry. He said, I know you're planning because of your loss. So I said, yeah, but you're going to have to go on a break. So, but he looked into my medical records and he noticed that I had a problem. I kept having miscarriages. It was a struggle, basically. 10 years before it actually happened good. So, went on the pill. It took it over 2 years, actually. I thought, well, I won't just do the 18 months. I might as well do the extra 6 months or whatever. And then went to the clinic and he said, yeah, it's all clear now. So he said to me, you know you have a problem with infertility? And I went, yeah. He said, I don't mean to be crude, but he said, when you come off the pill,
you know,
you've got to do lots and lots.
We can't say it because of, we don't want to be
no. Yeah. Basically in Sex and the City, if we say to it that they called it colouring, didn't they?
Oh yeah, they could, yeah.
So basically you had to do plenty of it because what it is, it's a hormone. But so I did that, and within 6 weeks I actually felt pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
But you ain't gonna believe this, I could actually pinpoint when I did. Somehow my body showed the symptoms quite quickly,
which is insane.
so 6 weeks, and I knew it had. But that was a trial and error, Susan, because you probably didn't know this. When I had the scans, going back to that, I had to have my first scans done with King's College because I had that very rare deformity happen on that pregnancy back in the 90s. The guy that found it, he's a professor. I don't know if he still practices, but he was on telling everything when he did all these new procedures to save babies, especially twins in vitro. So he was on store of me, and he said to me, I've seen this. This is the 5th time I've seen it in his lifetime. And he said, I ain't no spring chicken. And I could guess that because I think he was about 40, maybe 40 plus. And he said, but I'm talking about all over the world. And I'm like, really? And he went, yeah. But he said also, this is unusual because it's not in the UK. It's not in the Western world. It's usually in the eastern side of the world, this sort of disability. So he said, it's rare. I said, yeah, but I'm Chinese origin. But I didn't know exactly what Chinese at that point until we went to do the blood thing and found out, look, we are Chinese and that. So that was all done. Found pregnancy, had the scans, everything was going well. And then I had one of the scans done at Dartford, I think. I can't remember exactly. But wasn't a good one either. They said to me I'd lost it.
Which wasn't true.
6 weeks later, in fact, I'd already had a scan from King's. This learning person, I think she must have been only learning, scanned me and said, baby's not there. And I just looked at her and I went, you what? it's not there, you must have lost it. And I went, excuse me, but I'm telling you, I haven't lost the baby. The baby is there.
Mm.
So I was terrified, and I thought, this isn't going to go good. So, funny thing was, after all this time, it was over 10 years, when I fell pregnant with Susan.
Mm-hmm.
And now I don't know if this is incredible, but it was. But the lady that scanned me on the first scan with the deformity baby that I had to have terminated, she was actually in clinic at that time. And I said to this woman, I want a second opinion. I'm not leaving here until I get a second opinion because I do not agree with your answer. So she said, no, I'm telling you. I said, I don't care. I said, always had problems and experienced a lot, and I know you get to aware of what your body does and doesn't do.
Mm.
So I said, I'm not leaving this place until I get a second opinion.
And of course you did. And
So I did, and it happened to be the lady that found the disability that back then, over 10 years ago. And it was amazing. She was an Indian lady, and she was so nice. And she said to me, I'm so sorry, Melanie, as you remember me by name. And I said, with all the coincidence for you to still be here in 10 years, I mean, it's a different hospital because our previous one would have closed.
exactly.
And she said, yeah, it's amazing. So she said, what's happening, Mel? She didn't even ask that woman. She went straight to me, and I went, well, apparently I'm over 6 weeks pregnant. I've had a bit of spotting. I think that's what it was.
Okay.
I had a bit of spotting, so I was a bit worried. So that's when I went up for the emergency scan. But she said, don't worry, I'll sort it. She told the woman to
Go
toddle off,
sort, yeah.
basically. And when she scanned, she went, I've found it.
The baby is still there, which is me technically. So
Because what it is, the sac is, I mean, inside it is tiny, but on the screen it was about that big. But the baby was like a little speck.
so they couldn't find it basically.
So it was good, actually hard to find. But she said to me, she said, the funny thing is, how could she come to a decision like that, knowing the fact the sac was intact?
Exactly.
Because normally when you're losing a baby, the whole lot comes away.
Exactly, but
the sac was absolutely
which
spot
I
on.
just think is a miracle, to
It
be
is a
honest, how it
miracle.
just happens.
So I was so relieved. But between you and me and these four walls,
Well, it's out on
Batcho took
the...
me. It's on my records. Batcho took me aside, and she said to me, "That lady was very close to sending you to upstairs and have a DNC."
Yeah, which is dodgy.
No, it's very bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's was it dodgy?
Yeah. Also
Okay.
means no, definitely not. I wasn't going to do it anyway because I
No.
knew that
You
I
know
hadn't
yourself
lost.
if you're still got the baby or not.
And then, cause I got my lovely little rainbow baby.
Yep. So I'm
And
the rainbow
she
baby.
has-
Not a lot of people know about.
No, and she has, because they say rainbow babies can be very special. I noticed Perry's had the same. She's
Yeah.
now got a rainbow baby. It's just lovely,
Exactly.
and our relationship is brilliant.
And you can see it on camera that how good our bonds.
Because I always said that if I have a daughter, that when she grows up and becomes an adult herself, it would be nice to be friends.
And we are, as you guys can see off the thing.
Yeah, she doesn't surprise me with anything. When she thinks she's going to surprise me with something, it might be a little
never.
bit dodgy. And I say, I'll come to exactly it out with what she's... And she's like, how did you know that?
She knows me too well.
Yeah, so nothing gets past, and it's the same with me.
Exactly. Nothing gets past her.
No,
But
no.
hate to change subject,
Yeah.
but I'm finished my colouring now. Shall we tape it
That's
together?
brilliant. Yeah,
Tape it together?
Yeah.
Okay, let's tape it.
and we're back.
Yeah, we've just sellotaped it all out.
Mm-hmm.
And
This is interesting.
I'm interested.
Because this is the back of it.
Oh, this is the back,
Mine haven't come through.
but my pens do. But yeah, should we give them first look?
Yeah.
Okay. No looking at the camera then.
Okay.
That's what the picture looks like, guys. Does it look good? Let us know in the comments. Are you ready to have a look? 3, 2, 1. Oh!
Oh my god, it blends in well. I did not expect that to do that.
Oh my god, this actually really good.
That's amazing.
I love this.
I didn't think it would actually go.
No, I didn't.
Oh,
I
wow.
love this.
I think we'll have to do this again.
Oh, we've got to do this again.
Yeah.
If you guys want to see us again, let us know in the comments down below.
I'm
But
amazed. Because my colour scheme has changed and so has yours.
there is one thing funny. Me and
Yeah.
you've done so different.
Yeah.
Is look at the ladder.
Yeah. You have got some of it brown.
No, but look, the bit that got brown, you've got green.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't see the picture very well. So when you look at it,
Yeah. That's just amazing how it blends.
yeah.
The picture blends. I'm surprised.
But the ladder has actually been messed up.
yeah, the ladder's...
You can see
yeah,
that
but
the ladder's been messed up, but it's actually really
it's
cool.
actually lucky because it's only the small area.
Yeah. But this is actually really cool.
Mm.
I think this is a great challenge.
Yeah.
I think we definitely should do a part 2 on this.
Yeah.
This is really fun.
Mm.
Definitely. But
Yeah.
yeah, if you guys did like this video,
Mm.
please give it a big thumbs up. Also subscribe.
Yeah.
Comment down below if you definitely want a part 2.
Mm-hmm.
And other than that, we will see you.
And the flower.
I know it's cool, innit?
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, we're gonna love you and leave you.
Yeah, see
and
you
we'll
next
see you in the next video.
video.
Bye
Bye.
guys!